When it comes to boundaries, the queen sets boundaries, and if you are operating in your queen energy in your relationships, then you know your worth. So you know that you are an asset to any man and you won't tolerate inappropriate or unhealthy behavior. And so that means that you kind of know what your boundaries are, you know what feels good to you and what doesn't feel good to you, and you don't squash yourself. You don't squash your words. Um, and allow a partner to do things that either pull you out, not pull you out of integrity, you pull yourself out of integrity actually, when you disregard your own boundaries. So we often are very quick to point the finger and say, you're doing this, you're doing that. But what we don't often talk about is where we're coming out of integrity with ourselves by not not discussing when someone has crossed a boundary. And yeah, it's often around fear of rejection. And so through that fear of rejection, you may put up with things that actually can destroy the relationship eventually because you resent that person so much because you haven't asserted your boundaries that either you leave them, or you create something where they leave you because you blow up or you get moody or you withdraw. And that can sometimes happen. So instead of having the conversation around this really doesn't work for me and it's not feeling good for me, what can we do and how can we fix this? Perhaps you withdraw, get moody, get sarky. A lot of people get passive aggressive because the partner isn't doing what they want them to do. And rather than actually addressing it and dealing with the situation. And what happens is your partner just sees you being passive aggressive and thinks, why is she being like that? And then it causes more distrust in the relationship. It causes more drama. It causes more upset because you're passive aggressive and then they start it back. And then we have this back and forth game. It says here, I see myself as a caring person and I've over identified with that. Yes, the carer role. Over understanding leads to over accommodating. Absolutely. And I know for myself, even in friendships, there's a line, isn't there, of knowing why someone does what they're doing and realizing, well, this person's been through a difficult time and that's why they're behaving like that. And I really understand that and I have compassion. Yet here's the kicker. That doesn't mean that you have to put up with bad behavior. You can have compassion for someone and you can have love for someone and even respect for someone without putting up with their bad behavior. And in fact, you garner more respect and you can create a space for healing when you don't put up with that person's bad behavior, but you address it in the healthiest way possible.